Welcome back to Home Sweet Home Cooking. I am your host Rocky in her kitchen as always. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Today we're doing reunion casserole. You made this for church, correct?
I didn't, but I think that the precept of the whole thing was that people used to take this to reunions.
Oh, you
I did make that for church.
That's what I thought. You said you and Debbie made it.
Yeah, for about 100 people.
Yeah. So she's made this recipe. I've never made it. Let me read it. This is off of one of those, I guess they send you this through the mail for subscription service cards from back in the 50s. Reunion casserole. This is a noodle casserole just like Mom used to make. It is down-home taste to great appeal at a family gathering or as a dish to pass. It's also easy to prepare and can be assembled ahead of time, and no leftovers here. There'll be leftovers, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't think we can eat that.
Submitted by Bernice Morris from Marshfield, Missouri. So, it starts with a pound of ground beef, a half a pound of, it says hot bulk sausage. We ordered hot Italian sausage from Wally World, but they were out, so they substituted mild Italian sausage. We'll make it work. And 1 cup of onion. This is going to get sauteed down together. And when this gets cooked, we have the noodles already pre-cooked, pre-boiled over there. They're getting drained. And we'll have to get the oven preheated at 350. So I'll get this fried down, drained if need be, and we'll be back and put the rest of the recipe together. Alright, so little talk about with what we going on in our economy right now. Inflation is going up, budgets are getting tighter. If you're cooking for people, this is a great place to talk about this. If you're wanting to try to stay on a budget and get as much bang for your buck as you can, go ahead and get the cheaper hamburger meat, like the 75-25. This is 80-20, and I don't have to drain this off. There's not enough fat in there to worry about. But if you go for the less expensive ground beef, it's going to have more fat. Don't drain the fat off. Leave it in there. Your casserole is going to be a little bit greasier, but that's calories. Calories count, so that's what you want to get in your body to survive. So when you get into this depression-style cooking, or where the economy is like this and you need to make your dollar stretch, leave the food a little bit fattier. That's calories. That'll stick to your ribs. That'll fuel you during the day. So you can leave a little bit of fat in there to stretch your dollar. By the fact that you're getting more calories with the fat, and you're also spending less money on the meat. So it is cooked down. Next, we're going to add, stir in 1 cup of cheese. I've got 2 cups of shredded cheese. This is the store pre-shredded. Not my favorite, but that's what my mom had. I just want to use it before I cut into the next block of cheese. So that's 1 cup. 1 green pepper. We have a garden last year, so we had some pepper that we froze. I just took it out, put it under the warm water to rinse the condensation, which turned into ice crystals. I didn't want that in there, so I rinsed it off, dried it on the paper towel, and that's good to go. It calls for a 12-ounce can of corn. I don't like canned corn, so I got a 12-ounce bag of frozen. 1 can of condensed tomato soup, undiluted. The good stuff, right?
Yes.
Now, you'll see this a lot. Casseroles, I don't know if it's almost become synonymous with anything that you cook with a condensed soup, whether it's tomato soup or cream of mushroom or cream of onion. I think people kind of automatically assume that if it's a casserole, it's got to be in there. I don't think that's true, but there we go. 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. 1/3 cups of, I'm sorry, 1/3, not 1 1/3 of sliced olive. 1 clove of garlic minced. Use the back end of the spoon and just take about what I think a good healthy clove. This is the pre-chopped store stuff, pre-minced. That works just fine in recipes like this. And now using the other side of the spoon, the dry side, I'm going to go 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I did say in the recipe to use a Dutch oven. Well, my mom doesn't have a Dutch oven, and the only pot she had big enough to do this in would have been the one cooking the noodles. So I'm going to have to get creative here. I can't quite get that into the pot or into the pan. So I'm gonna stir this through, and then I'll try to figure out a way to combine them. Then we'll put it in the pan. The pan is a 9x13. It didn't say anything about having to grease it, but when in doubt, get the grease out. So we sprayed that with some cooking spray.
It's just easier to clean the pan.
Yeah. Alright. I think that's going to be a mess to try. So what I'm just going to do, I'm go ahead and put the noodles in the bottom. Put the schlop on top.
And it all fit.
Well, it'll fit in the 8x13 baking pan, but I don't, like I said, it wouldn't fit in this pan. And then I'm gonna give it a light mixing in here. And there's one last item that we need to address, and that's gonna be that last half cup of the shredded cheese. So it took a total of 2 cups. 1 cup went in it, and the other cup is just gonna get sprinkled on top once I get the noodles moistened with the mixture. Then it's gonna go in the oven, bake at 350 for 35 minutes, covered. So if you want to get a piece of tin foil out, and then bake for an additional 10 minutes uncovered.
You know, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he makes it look like he does.
Well, I can read.
Where did you go to school?
Well, I obviously wasn't homeschooled, thank goodness.
Oh.
Alright. That looks like that's mixed well enough in. Sprinkle with the last couple of cheese. And it calls for cheddar. You could probably use Colby or Colby Jack or American if you wanted to, if you didn't like cheddar. Alright, off the oven. 35 minutes covered. And we're uncovered. Bake for another 10 minutes, 10 to 15. Just want to get that, maybe a little bit of golden brown on the cheese, but we'll be back after that and our favorite part.
Yeah.
Alright, it is hot, fresh out of the oven. Smart people would let it sit for a few minutes.
Taste test.
We're not part of the few smart people that would do that.
We don't know anybody smart. What do you think?
I'm distracted by the olives in it. Now, we're adding crushed red pepper to ours because, well, we can.
Because we're not smart.
Well, this is smart. Wish I made bigger holes in here. Well, don't get me wrong, I like it and I'll eat it, but I'm okay with olives. I might have preferred black olives in this over the green.
I like it.
Yeah. Now we were just talking about how I was missing a hot dog and green olive pizza. My brother's a green olive fan. I'm a maraschino cherry fan. But I'll eat green olives. I'd rather do it in a Bloody Mary. But like I said, the olive flavor in this, it covers up the rest of the flavors to me. But it's good.
Tell them what you want for your birthday.
$1 million and a chocolate beer cake. Which the recipe for that is hidden back about a year ago because we had chocolate beer cake for my birthday last year. That's my new birthday cake.
Yeah, it was on your birthday too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. What else could we do to this? She said the Parmesan cheese, Yep, that would probably add a little more flavor, a little better flavor profile to it. What would you do for just keeping this a dish? This will serve
A bunch of people.
I would say at least 8. Conservatively, 6 big helpings, 8 conservative helpings, or regular helpings, and maybe 10 to 12 if you want to go really smaller portions if you're trying to stretch the dollar. But if you want to stretch the dollar, what could you put on the plate with this? Green beans,
Yeah. Biscuits.
biscuits, or cornbread, or just sliced bread with some butter. For a cheap salad, there's nothing wrong with just a wedge of lettuce. Get a head of lettuce, an iceberg head, and slice it up into thin wedges and put a little bit of dressing on it. It's a poor man salad. You don't have to put any more toppings on it. If you have a little bit extra shredded cheese, put some on the lettuce. But it's just something to fill the plate, to fill your stomach. And you can very cheaply fill your stomach by doing that. And you can make this stretch to a lot of people if you had to. So I'm not calling this really Depression era cooking, although it could definitely be stretched and used for that. There's really nothing expensive in here except for the cheese.
Yeah. And the hamburger.
Now remember I said I was distracted by the olive flavor in this, so I'm still eating it. Obviously it's not bad. And I'll be the one taking this home and eating most of it because my girlfriend won't. So yeah, I'll give this one a thumbs up. Almost a 2 thumbs up, because you know what? Because of its ease to make. Well, no, there's one recipe we did that's easier than that. So I'll give it a thumb and a half. A thumb and a half. Almost 2 thumbs. It is good. It's easy to make. It makes a lot. So you can't really beat that. That's a good recipe. So put this one in your arsenal if you're making food for people, or if you want to take a hot dish to pass to a church event or a picnic or something like that. That'd be an excellent dish. Easy to throw together, and I don't see why you couldn't make this ahead and cook it on site once you get there if they had an oven available. You might even be able to freeze it before you cook it or after you cook it and just thaw it out and bring it back up to temperature. I think it'd be a very versatile meal. So if y'all have any more recipes like this, these traditional kind of, or even non-traditional kind of casseroles, I'm interested in seeing them and interested in trying them, because casseroles are easy. They make leftovers. Makes my life easy. I don't have to worry about what I'm doing for food. My girlfriend, I say, she's a picky eater. Sometimes she just wants to have a bowl of cereal for supper, which is great. If I have a casserole, I can just have that and she won't have to worry about it. So
It's 5 after 2, and can you tell that I haven't had breakfast? This is it.
Yeah, we normally drop Dad off for dialysis and grab something to eat, but I wasn't really feeling all that great this morning, so I didn't want to eat, especially fast food. So this is I had an English muffin for breakfast where I came over, but that was 4 hours ago. So anyway, enough rambling. Time to close out the video. Bye.
See y'all.